There are so many layers to Nona. This is such a sweet animation. This is a Pixar SparkShorts animation from 2021, written and directed by Gonzales, and it's about this grandmother who initially is, turning off the phone, putting a sign on the door telling people to go away because she's ready to sit down and watch the wrestling. And I will say the only criticism I have for this is that it cut to the TV too many times. We saw this animated wrestling match too often. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't care for wrestling. I'm aware that maybe if I did care for wrestling, or if it was a subject matter I was interested in, I might feel differently. But kind of the only thing that I didn't like was that I felt it cut to the TV screen too frequently. But she's getting ready to watch this, and there's kind of a sentimental reason behind this, but I won't go into too much detail about that, or any detail about that. But it definitely gave it another emotional layer. And then there's a knock at her door, and it turns out it's her granddaughter. Now, I will say, never do what this daughter's mother did. This daughter knocked at the young granddaughter knocked at the door, and when the grandmother opened the door, it was just the child. The mother had already left and just texted the grandmother. Never walk away from the child until you're certain that the person on the other side heard you knock, because that's terrible parenting. It kind of annoyed me. But other than that, it's quite sweet. The granddaughter obviously goes into the house and she begins distracting the grandmother, causing all kinds of chaos. And it's not clear whether the grandmother is going to be able to sit down and watch this program or if it's going to be interrupted by her granddaughter. And obviously she's torn between her love of the wrestling and the sentimental reasons behind it, or of course spending time with her granddaughter, who we kind of get the sense that she does love her, even if she's there at an inconvenient time. And as I said, there are so many layers to this, and it's a lot more dimensional than I was expecting, and for that reason I think it's very beautifully done. The animation is stunning. There's a great attention to detail. As I said, didn't love it when it kept constantly cutting back to the TV screen like it's wrestling. I get it, I don't need to see it. But again, I don't care about wrestling, so I'm aware that maybe there will be people who will like that aspect of it. Had it been cutting to scenes of cute kittens, maybe I would have felt differently. But I think the pacing was very good. The progression of the narrative was lovely. The granddaughter was occasionally annoying, so you could kind of relate to the grandmother and feel what she might have been feeling. But I think it's also relatable for anybody, in any kind of way. I think we all have times when we want to be left alone, and times when, of course, we want to be around our family, and sometimes those kind of blend together when we least expect it. Nona is very sweet, definitely worth heading to Disney Plus and watching. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.